What's good, y'all? Back with another video today. Today, with all the news coming out of Africa about, the city of Niger, or the country of Niger, my fault, and Burkina Faso and everything that's going on over there with the French, I thought I'd watch, with y'all a video about you've been lied to about Africa and a lot of things that go on. Because a lot of times, especially when I was growing up, I'm Liberian myself. Shout out to all my West Africans, all my Liberians around the world. But there wasn't really much good that came out of Africa anytime we had that conversation in school. It was always just about slavery and that everybody was poor. And then, like feed my starving children, all this type of stuff. It was just all negatives, man. Like I never really got the positive unless I did my own research or talk to my mom, and she would tell me all these different things about the country, and I just do my own I just love researching too. So I always knew the truth from the beginning. Since I was maybe 7, 8, 9 years old, I kind of was looking more into Africa and kind of my roots and stuff. But I thought it was important for us to watch this video. Everything going on in Africa right now. Africa is it's becoming one of the main centers of attention right now, which it should be, man. It's about time that some of these African leaders and countries are waking up to what's been going on, man, and not and taking the power back. We got everything we need in Africa, man. Why not just keep it within the continent, man? So I wanted to watch the video with y'all. Let's get right into it, man. When we're talking, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get it.
To live. This is one of the most common misconceptions people have about living in Africa. The truth is, it's not your fault. Over the years, Western media has shown negative images and focused on the poorest and most isolated regions in Africa. This is driven by cultural and political biases and business interests. Of course, there are poor and underdeveloped regions in Africa.
Right.
But in reality, Africa is a relatively comfortable place to live. It is home to over 50 different countries and has some of the best urban cities. To see how this continent really is, it is important to challenge the dominant framework posed by the media and look at Africa from a different perspective.
I'm telling y'all, like, you really cannot, and this doesn't only pertain to Africa. It really pertains to everything, man, because especially now where everybody now is making more content. There's more content creators out now, probably more than ever. People are just making information without getting all of the facts. They just get on TikTok or get on YouTube and just be talking, right? It's important, bro, for you to actually go out and do your own research. Like it's that's why I said, like, even when it comes to even like slavery, like, I didn't understand how deep that stuff went until I did my own research, because most of us haven't taken a history class probably since maybe like our sophomore, junior year of high school. So it's been a long time, so it's important for you to really go out and do your own research and understand what's really going on in the world. Because if you only go off of what you see in the news, bro, you're gonna be sadly mistaken, man.
That's why it is best to experience things and see for yourself. Today we will help you debunk all the popular myths about this culturally rich and stunning continent.
Okay.
Myth number 1.
Okay.
Africa has no big cities,
Right.
only land.
Talk about it.
Africa has the fastest urban growth in the globe. The continent's population is estimated to double between 2020 and 2050. 2/3 of this growth is expected to be absorbed by urban areas, and in the next 3 decades, cities are projected to be a home for an additional 950 million people. Africa has some of the biggest, fanciest, and most well-designed cities in the world. Here's what cities in Africa actually look like. Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya, and one of the fastest growing cities on the continent. It is a well-designed area with a unique mix of modernity and tradition. The bustling city has a wide range of accommodations that cater to every budget and a great nightlife. One of the most interesting places to visit is the Nairobi skyline, with modern buildings and skyscrapers. The Central District also has modern commercial buildings, towers.
Also, just a side note, if you want to like see it up close, like with YouTubers like vlogging and stuff, go on. There's a YouTuber by the name of Austin Holloman. I'll probably put a picture of him in the video. But Austin Holloman, he's there right now. He's from I think Dallas, Texas. He's there right now, bro. And, like, the way, like, what he's been showing and how the country looks. He's been traveling all around Africa right now, and he's been really showing the best parts of the country. Man, it really looks dope out there, man. So Nairobi is definitely somewhere, but I definitely want to go visit for sure.
And favored venues for exhibitions, events, seminars, and conferences. Still not convinced? Nairobi has the largest retail center in sub-Saharan Africa. The Two Rivers Mall is a shopping mall that houses more than 200 stores. It has both international and local fashion brands, making it a popular destination for shopping and entertainment. Lagos is a huge financial center and the cultural and entertainment capital of Africa.
Yeah,
It is
man.
also the most exclusive city to live in. It is a densely populated area with busy streets and some serious traffic jams. The truth is, it is not just the skyscrapers and amazing buildings that make Lagos a popular place to live in, but the job opportunities as well. This city is surrounded by water bodies, which means it gets access to some remarkable beaches and tourist attractions. Many multinational companies have branch offices here. It is also home to several high net worth individuals. Some of the top multinational companies that have offices in Lagos are Google Technology Multinational and Shell Petroleum Development Company. So, if you're looking for a city that tunes in with the modern world, Lagos is the place to be. Tunis is the biggest city and the capital of Tunisia. This modern metropolis is full of surprises. On one side, there are many ancient buildings and cultural centers that showcase the real richness of the history of this place. But on the other side, you can see picturesque buildings, apartments, popular venues, and tourist destinations with modern quarters, like the iconic Atratan office building, which was recently completed in Tunisia. This type of architecture specializes in contemporary projects, creating a glass construction with distinctive features that fit perfectly in a modern city.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about Tunisia, so this is actually kind of dope to learn about it, but
Myth number 2. Cities in Africa are dirty and dangerous.
this is a huge one.
Has some of the greenest and cleanest cities. Cape Town is the continent's greenest city and plans to become greener and more sustainable.
Man, shout out to South Africa too, man, because even the entertainment, like their movies and stuff on Netflix, man, like bro, there's a show that just dropped. It's called Fatal Seduction, but y'all should go watch that shit on Netflix, man. South African, like their entertainment industry, bro, is dope. It's really, really dope. I know Hollywood's striking here in America, and they gotta fix that shit here too. But hey, in South Africa, if you're looking for another great film industry around the world, like of course there's Nollywood in Nigeria, you got Bollywood in India, bro. In South Africa, they're doing their thing too. Check them out for sure.
Nairobi, Cairo, Johannesburg, Kinshasa, and Lagos are also among the best in terms of ecological transition and environmental practices.
Right.
This is something several cities in America and Europe lack. Although crime is a major socio-economic problem because of labor surplus and uneven distribution of power and wealth, this is common in other continents as well.
Of course.
Myth number 3. People in Africa are uneducated.
Talk about it.
Africa has some of the best universities in the world. Here, people can get a high-quality education. Take the University of Cape Town, for example. It is ranked number 125th in the best global universities. That means it is in the top 300 of the global rankings. Other top-quality educational centers include the University of Witwatersrand, Stellenbosch University, University of Ibadan, Cairo University, and more. Based on recent statistics, Africa's current primary school enrollment rate is over 80%. The African continent has seen...
It make me kind of sad because Cuttington University in Liberia used to be a huge university for people all around the world to go to, until the war hit, man. It fucked the country up, man. That shit kind of make me sad. But hey, definitely, bro, within my lifetime, I know Liberia would definitely get back to where it needs to be, man. But it's great seeing these other countries succeed too. I just wish it was my country, but it is what it
seen
is.
some of the highest increases in elementary school enrollment
We'll get back
in the last couple of decades. Although, not everyone ends up going to college. There are plenty of people with a college degree. Myth number 4. People who live in Africa have no access to modern technology.
Talk about it.
Today, around 20 to 22 million people in South Africa are using smartphones. This accounts for roughly 1/3 of the country's population. Samsung is the most popular brand in the region, accounting for over 40% of the purchased devices. Nigeria is another country with a huge smartphone user base. Nigeria is at the top of the list of African countries with the biggest number of mobile phones. Mobile technologies and services continue to fuel the region's economy, but they are not
be
the
rocking
only
with Android
technologies that
and
are available on the
the
continent.
Android and the
Egypt
WhatsApp,
is
man.
also seen as a forerunner in digital media. According to statistics, revenue in the digital media market in Egypt is estimated to reach $1,165,000 in 2023.
Wow.
The biggest segment in the market is video games, with an estimated volume of $692 million in 2023. Myth number 5. Africa is sunny, dry, and hot all of the time. Africa is a diverse continent with different temperatures and landscapes. The regions, located on the equator, receive the most solar heat than any other area on the planet. Since the equator cuts across the center of the African continent, it makes Africa the most tropical continent in the world. But the rest of Africa lies south and north of the equator, so it is normal for countries to have rainfall, mild moist winters, and dry summers.
They get snow
For example, Cape
Yeah, I
Town in
ain't know
South
that.
Africa has a Mediterranean climate with dry summers and rainy winters.
No, that's fact. Cause I saw a video like a couple weeks ago of them getting snow in South Africa. Like it was just like it was light. It was like just it was something light, but they get a little bit of snow in South
For
Africa,
many,
which was crazy.
the
to see.
Mediterranean climate is an optimal climate to live in. It is not as hot as in the desert, nor too cold in some other regions of the globe. Nigeria, on the other hand, has 3 distinct climate zones. In the south, there is a tropical monsoon climate. Most central regions have a tropical savanna climate. In the north, has a semi-arid and Sahelian hot climate. So, even if it gets very warm, you can pop the aircon and call it a day. Myth number 6. Africa is poor. Africa
up.
is rich in natural resources. They range from natural gas to water, yes water, wildlife, forests, and minerals.
See, it's one of the reasons why when Donald Trump was talking about Africa's a bunch of shithole countries during his campaign, and I don't pick any political side, but I'm just saying. When he called Africa a bunch of shithole countries, but I'm like, okay, you call them shithole countries, but they're good enough for you to take their resources on. It's kind of interesting y'all be saying shit like that, man, just disrespecting the whole group of people, but it is what it is, man.
This continent holds a major portion of the natural resources in the world, both non-renewables and renewables. Data shows that this continent contains 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 12% of oil reserves, and 8% of natural gas. It has up to 90% of its platinum and chromium, and 40% of the world's gold. The land offers plenty of resources. The only problem is that many of these resources are used unsustainably or go through illegal activities. For example, Africa loses billions of dollars every year of its natural capital through illegal mining, logging, and wildlife trade. Overall, the continent has a lot to gain if it were to pull and harness the vast natural resources together and use them for the region's development. It could be one of the most sustainable and self-reliant continents on the globe. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Africa has a ton of beautiful places and modern buildings. Hopefully, this video gave you a little insight.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. He's just recapping it. Like I said again, man, what's going on with Niger, Burkina Faso, and France, and that whole situation with the uranium and everything, and them stopping, supplies, whatever. Look, at the end of the day, Africa can fully rely on itself without any help from from any other continent at all, man. And I just think that all these countries, I think like France gets like $500 billion a year off of Africa's minerals, bro, right? Or Africa or something like that. And 1 out of 3 light bulbs in France is made from comes from Niger. I don't know what mineral that would be. I'm sorry, that ain't really my lane. But what I will say is this, bro, I really do think Africa is the future. I do think by like 2050, bro, like the way Africa is ran and how it looks is gonna be completely different. And I firmly believe that when I have kids, but like my kids' generation, I'm 23, so my kids' generation, like when they're coming up, their view on Africa will be completely different than how people my age grew up learning about it. Because I do think it's the future, and I do think more and more people will start to move back there and really help the economy of the whole continent, GDP of the whole continent grow, man. Like I'm really, really excited to see what the future holds for Africa. But I'm gonna leave it there. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about Africa. If you learn anything new from this video, if it helps you, I'd love to hear y'all comments and suggestions for new videos too. Anything you want me to react to. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.